Hi there and welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again with another deck tech. This one's again a little bit different to what I usually do. I decided that I'd have a go at trying to do something in mono white. Now the usual mono white deck I would play would be Angels or something like that, but I decided to do something a little bit different. I decided to try and build a slightly more annoying deck. Not so much death and taxes, maybe kind of semi-taxes. So without further ado, here's Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, 1 and a white for a 2/1 legendary human soldier with first strike, who has the ability that says non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. It's a card that turns up a lot in Modern. It's been seen play in Standard when it was legal. It's seen play everywhere. It does turn up in a Commander deck occasionally. You do see it, especially in the Death and Taxes deck, the black and white one. But I thought I'd try and build her as a single monocolour white deck with some artifacts to back it all up. So, deck itself contains 36 lands, 17 creatures, 46 other spells. The lands, as you would expect, are all white ones. So we've got Castle Ardenvale, we've got Emeria, just to bring anything back, Evolving Wilds, Fabled Passage, Field of Ruin. I've snuck in Marsh Flats and Arid Mesa because they search out plains. Moko to draw some cards, Nykthos, because we probably have a lot of white permanents in play and that might help us ramp our mana up. Ejano's castles in here to prevent the 2 damage dealt to legendary creatures, so you can protect your Thalia a little bit, and that's really the only legendary creature in the deck anyway. So, but it's a white land and it comes into play on tap, so why not? A whole load of plains, as you can see, and then Reliquary Tower, Rogue's Passage, Temple of the False God, Terramorphic, and Windbrisk Heights for the Hideaway ability, which I thought would be quite cool. Hopefully we'll get to attack with 3 creatures at some stage, but that'll be a later game plan. For the ramp, I've gone with Mox Tantalite, I've gone with Sol Ring, Marble Diamond, Mind Stone, Thought Vessel, and Arcane Signet. I suppose you could also class Environmental Science as a ramp. What I would say is if you're not playing green, having some way of ramping out an additional land is helpful, and Environmental Sciences from Strixhaven isn't the worst one in the world. It gains you a bit of life, it gets you a plains if you need one, so yeah, I thought it was a good inclusion in this. So obviously what I'm trying to do is do semi-taxing stuff, so here's we go with the semi-taxing stuff. The first one's Authority of Consuls. Creatures your opponents control in the battlefield tap. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain a life. So, you know, it slows down anyone who's playing a whole load of haste creatures, and lets you gain a little bit of life as they come in. Condemns next, just to remove the creatures as they come into play. You know, target attacking creature on the bottom of his owner's library, its controller gains life equal to its toughness. You're not really worried about them gaining the life, so that's fine. Mother of Runes to protect any of the creatures we do have in play. I thought I'll try it out. May not be the best creature to have in this slot, but hey, why not? Myth Realised, because we do have a lot of non-creature spells and we get the lore counters on here. We can start making some avatars, gives us a little bit of blocking ability. Paladin class, so the spells our opponents cost during our turn cost 1 more to cast, and then we can level it up a few times. Yeah, so the creatures we do have come into play do come in a little bit bigger. You know, we can make creatures of Castle Ardenvale as well, so it helps a bit. Path to Exile, yep. Swords to Plowshares, yep. Weathered Wayfarer, just so we can go and search our land out. We're probably going to have, because we're only playing 36 lands, our opponents will probably have more lands than us some of the time, so we hopefully will get a land card every so often, and we can go and get some of the more interesting non-basic ones. I've also included Sensi's Divining Top. This is a card that's actually come down in price quite rapidly since it was re-released in Double Masters 2022. So it's probably worth picking up one now if you haven't got one for your Commander deck. Yes, it's a little bit annoying, but if you time it right, it's okay. So, going back to the let's be a little bit taxing. Containment, please, to deal with anyone casting lots of tokens. Well, if a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it, so yeah. That's fair. You know, people playing graveyard reanimated stuff. Leon Arbiter, to stop people searching their libraries, they have to pay 2 to do it, so it's a little bit of a tax. Ascension, which we hopefully get out fairly early. We start getting some counters on it, we can start making some angels, another way of winning the game. Radiant Purge, to deal with those nice multicoloured creatures and enchantments that are running around at the moment. Seal Away is here, just to take out the tapped creatures as your opponent attacks you. Sunset Revelry, hopefully to draw some cards, get some tokens, maybe gain some life, but any one of the three is fairly good for that, for 2 mana. White of the Night Orchid again, so we can go and find planes if we need them. Arcane Signet I've talked about. I've included Howling Mine. It might help draw you some cards. Hopefully it'll keep off your opponents off your back a little bit as well. We went through the rest of this set, and Treasure Map at the end here, just so we can do a bit of scrying, and then turns into a land. And okay, we're not making that many treasures. We'll probably use the treasures as we make them to cast something else, but it's a land and it helps a little bit at the start of the game. Aven Mind Sensor, just to stop people searching all the way through their library for their win conditions, and they can only look at the top 4. Borrowed Time to take out annoying things. Ghostly Prison to slow down the people attacking you, because they have to pay 2 for each creature attacking you. Teferi's Protection, in case we do get someone else going for us, we can just phase everything out until our next turn, which is pretty cool. I've included Basri Ket. +1/+1 counter on 1 target creature. We can then blow the world up. We've got quite a few wrath effects, what I'll get to in a minute, and that may save one of our creatures from dying, which is quite cool. Filgry Familiar for the life gain and the card draw, and then Temple Bell, so everyone hopefully will leave you alone as you try and help them draw their cards. Cast Out, more removal for things we don't like. It also cycles if we need to. If we get stuck and we need to cycle it, we can do. Conclave Tribunal, same idea. Release to Memory is a new one. This is one I picked up, especially for this deck. I didn't know it actually existed on MTGO, so I was looking for cards for this deck. But Release to Memory is quite good. There seems to be a lot of graveyard abusing decks around at the moment, and this one seems like a good way of taking all those creatures out of their opponent's graveyard and getting a load of spirit tokens, so it went in. Smothering Tithe, you all know what it does by now. Windborn Muse is a bit of a creature version of Ghostly Prison, which is nice. Core of Grace from the original Commander Legends set. Beginning your upkeep, create a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying, and if you're the Monarch you get an angel instead. I thought that was a cunning plan to have in this deck. Here comes the first Wrath effect, Day of Judgment. Then we've got Gideon, Champion of Justice. Get all those nice loyalty counters and then maybe exile everything and leave him on the board with a bit of luck. They should go up quite quickly. I found that Gideon does get out of hand very rapidly, so that's all good for me. Linvala, Keeper of Silence is here, so people can't activate the abilities, your opponents can't activate the abilities of the creatures they control. Moat, creatures without flying can't attack. We do have, so like Linvala, we have ways of making angels. Windborn Muse has got flying. We've got a few flyers, and we've got a few more coming up yet, so it seems like a good plan. Settle the Wreckage, yes, it helps out your opponent. They get a load of basic land cards, but people don't play that many basics in Commander, so hopefully you only get 3 or 4 when they attack you, but we'll see. Shatter the Sky, another one, blow the world up. Starnheim Unleashed I put in when I put in the moat. We can foretell it most of the time and then cast it for its foretell cost and hopefully get a whole load of angels, which would be quite nice. Font of Mythos, again, help with the card draw. People do tend to leave you alone if you've got things like Font Out, Howling Mine and Temple Bell. It's quite interesting. They may not be the best choices, there may be something else I've missed, so I'll be testing it and trying it out with this. Solemn Simulacrum's in, again a little bit of ramp and it's Solemn Sim, as I said before. Solemn Sim should be in every deck you play in Commander nowadays, so I'd definitely always put it in, especially where I've got so many basic lands in this deck. Solemn Sim's a bit of a no-brainer. Sphere of Safety is next. We've got a lot of enchantments. That will slow down our opponents attacking us and hopefully get us a little bit closer to winning the game. Cataclysmic Gearhulk comes into play. Each player chooses an artifact, creature, enchantment and planeswalker, and then sacks the rest, so blow the world up again and leave you hopefully with a 4/5 body. Doomscar, another Wrath effect, but this one gets foretelled more often than not. Elspeth Conquers Death, another enchantment, exile something that's 3, then your opponent's spells cost 1 more to cast until my next turn, and finally we get something back from the graveyard. It seems like a bit of a no-brainer. Fumigate as well is here, just so we can gain some life when we have to blow the world up. Cavalier of Dawn to take out those annoying planeswalkers, enchantments, artifacts, things that are going to probably do you no good. And if your Solemn Sim's died when this dies, you can put the Solemn Sim back in your hand or any one of the other enchantments or artifacts, so it seems like a good plan. Played the other version of Basri as well. Again, it's +1/+1 counter, and whenever a creature attacks this turn at -1, put a +1/+1 counter on it. But if you get to -6, you can go the whole +2/+2 and gain flying till the end of turn. But the +1/+1 counter and vigilance seem quite good, especially when we've got things like Cataclysmic Gear Hulk, Cavalier of Dawn kicking around. I thought it'd be reasonable. Elspeth, Sun's Champion, -3 for the Wrath effect, +1 for the soldiers. -7 if we can get there to give everything +2/+2 and flying. Helps really with a moat as well. Wherever moat's gone. I've lost moat. Oh, I can't read. There it is. Creatures without flying can't attack. You can get this up to if you can -7 this at some stage. It gives all your creatures flying, which means you can always attack with your moat in play. Linvala, the Preservers here, the other version of Linvala. When it enters the battlefield, if an opponent has more life, you gain 5. If an opponent has more creatures, you gain a 3/3 angel as well that flies, so again helps with the moat. Sun Titan, a lot of our 3-drops will probably get killed off, removed, destroyed. Sun Titan helps us bring them back in the late game. Our Revelation just is a massive board wipe. In an ideal world, you'd cast Hour of Revelation and respond to it with Teferi's Protection, and hopefully that would sort you all out. Finally, win condition number 2 or number 1 is Approach of the Second Sun. That's what we're trying to get down to. That's why we've got all the card draw in here, so we can get down to Approach of the Second Sun and get it cast, and then hopefully cast the game really quickly and win the game that way. We've got 3 big creatures to finish off. Elesh Norn, Grand Cenobite. You all know what Elesh Norn does. It does stop all the small stuff. It stops a lot of the token decks that are running around at the moment, so automatic include for me. Realm Cloak Giant, so we can destroy all non-giant creatures, so then have a 7/7 vigilance come in. Yes, it's 12 mana to do both sides of it, but why not? You might as well, if you've got the mana, we might as well do it. And finally, Angel of Serenity. One thing I want to say about Angel of Serenity is it can target your own stuff. It doesn't have to be an opponent's. So if you've got an opponent you know is going to play a lot of Wraths, you can go in and sort of like hide away, maybe Sun Titan, Cataclysmic Gear Hulk, and I don't know, another creature of some description, even Mind Sensor for the sake of argument. And when it dies, you get them back in your hand. So it's not the end of the world to have it done. So this is it. Really short deck tech today. I'll be playing this out on the stream at some stage. You'll see it, and if I don't get a chance to play it on stream, I'll try and record a video with it and get some games on and get that up on the channel as well. But all I want to remind you is, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for this on the YouTube channel. Leave me a comment if you think there's something I've really obviously missed. Let me know. Make a note down below. Obviously down below as well as my link to my Twitch. Like I said before on several of the videos recently, I'm trying to get to 150 followers. I'm at 102 as I record this one, so it went up a couple. So if you've got a Twitch account, come and give me a little follow. Obviously, if you've got an Amazon Prime subscription you're not using, please, I'd love that as well to keep this going. But I'm not asking for too many subscribers. I like having subscribers. They get named, they get a VIP badge when they come on the Twitch stream. I sort all that out for them. But if you've got it and you've got the Amazon Prime one kicking around, send it my way. Give me a hand. Okay, that's it for this deck tech. Thanks for watching, and I will be back soon with another deck tech. Take care. See you soon. Bye.